What would a deal with China look like involving AI? Have you thought about this at all?
I wouldn't say I've got any great breakthroughs so far. Some new alignment research show that none of the AI control techniques that we have right now are robust. Basically, full stop. Like, there is no credible plan to control a super powerful AI on multiple dimensions. There's the question of runaway AI that doesn't listen to the human commands, and that's maybe the most dangerous form. There's also the one that does listen to human demands but might be commanded to do something bad. And, can they refuse that? The examples of these violations are becoming more vivid as the AIs get more sophisticated. It's not just like a dumb toy example, but you're starting to see, yikes, this is starting to be in kind of technicolor. I think that one of the strains of thought that Anthropic has kind of championed, but the AI safety community probably has, I think, been smart to invest in, is sometimes just called scary demos. Can we find things, we definitely want to be looking for ways that the AI might bite us. Can we find ways that are compelling enough to show them to the public or perhaps to the Chinese government in a way that kind of convinces everybody that this is getting so dangerous that we need to take a different approach besides just racing one another? So if the technology is shaping up that way, and again, this is hotly debated, nobody really knows, there's a school of thought that thinks alignment by default will happen. Each generation of model is getting in some sense more ethical, in some sense maybe harder to take off the rails than the past, but still definitely not that hard to do. Anyway, I don't really subscribe to the alignment by default, but it's a school of thought that's out there. If we're in this sort of scary demos world where it's like, yikes, this is a problem, we don't know how to solve it, nobody knows how to solve it, let's all agree to take our time here, then maybe you could imagine some sort of, joint custody island in the Pacific where AI researchers come in together and have a little on-site nuclear reactor and data center and maybe it's all not connected by the internet to the rest of the world. And, this sort of safety research can happen in a place where neither side could take it over without destroying it. And maybe there could be some sort of way to create enough urgency that both sides kind of go that direction. However, you'd really have to believe, and you would have to be confident that the other side really believes that this is the way to go, because as you said, it's really hard to detect what's being done domestically in an AI development capacity. We're not going to turn off all the data centers. We're going to continue to build data centers. You can't tell from the outside what those data centers are being used for. And we just generally don't have great visibility. So I think I could imagine getting to a point where both sides agree that, hey, this is getting kind of scary. Maybe we should have some joint global project, but then both sides are still going to have a lot of reason to question whether the other side is in secret, pressing ahead domestically without saying so. And so the game theory of it is really tough.